Welcome back to another banger today, and we're going to be talking about the complete process for migraines. Tune in if you check this out. Oh, y'all know what to do. Let's get into it. So, first off, we're going to decide if you want to seek direct service or secondary basis for migraines. Going from there, you get a better idea of what medical evidence you need to start building. Let's start off with direct service. If you're seeking a direct service basis, this is meaning you had complaints in service and you have enough medical evidence to tie it to your time in service. Expanding a little bit more on that, you went into medical a couple of times. You could have only gone in once. You can still seek direct service connection of headaches, migraines, whatever the case may be. Going from there, that's your in-service complaint. If you're trying to seek a secondary basis, you want to tailor your complaints to your doctor, either primary or VA, that your direct service connected disability is aggravating your second. Meaning, A, whenever I have back flare-ups or just sitting, twerking my back and manipulating my back on a daily basis, either in physical hard work or, sitting in the office, it takes a toll. It starts to create migraines. And you want to start building that medical evidence, build on top of what you already have, and you don't have to link a bridge back to your service. So, in absence of any complaints in service, this is the best route, or one of the better routes that most vets try to take when trying to get service connected for migraines. And it is an easier route, taking that you already have something service connected. All you have to do is go to your doctor, make some complaints, get them benefits. The next thing you want to start working on is your personal statement. Your personal statement is going to lock in the dates. You don't have to put a lot of dates, you put significant dates. How frequent you was going into medical. If you only went in once. Some different avenues you can pick. Hey, I've been going, I went into medical once for one reason or another. Whatever they tried to give me, medication-wise or treatment, it didn't help out. As well as my chain of command or the unit in which I was serving in didn't support me as an active duty member going into medical a lot. So, to combat that, work on your personal statement, document all of that, as well as what over-the-counter drugs you were taking. How frequent were you taking them? If y'all are like me, while I was in lieu of going to medical for my migraines, I was still popping Advil and Tylenol on a daily basis. Migraines up the booty hole. So, hey, get that documented. That'll be another piece of your evidence. Third piece is going to be lay statements. Buddies, coworkers, wife, kids, friends, anyone who's experienced around you with your migraines. You want to have them write the detail. Doesn't have to be 30 pages. It could be one page, a couple paragraphs. Hey, the symptomology that they saw, the behavioral changes and things of this nature. Going from there, you still want to have current treatment. So I suggest getting into medical, going to either the VA medical or your private medical and getting treatment. Get migraines or tension headaches diagnosed. Get a proper diagnosis. You can roll the dice and say, hey, I got a complaint in service. However, not it's a 50-50 gamble dealing with the VA if they're going to send you to a CMP exam. So get a current diagnosis to accompany that one complaint in service. Go from there. Hey, start, going in, doing this, get medication. If it doesn't work, let the doctor know, change it up. Frequent, document how many times a day you have to take this. Document how it's affecting your work. Document how it's taking you away from your family, how many days of work you're missing, which equates to money you're losing as well, to provide for yourself as well as for your family. Medication, any over-the-counter drugs that you're taking outside of medication, if medication is not working, and so on and so forth. Then I got Migraine Buddy app. Here you go. I'm going to throw up some data, and this is the data that Migraine Buddy app collects and distributes to the user. As long as they're using it on a frequent basis, they're plugging in as much information as they can, utilizing this app, and it's very good. And at the end of this video, I'll let y'all know, everything that I did to get my migraine service connected at the 50% criteria. So, with the Migraine Buddy app, we all have our phones in our hands 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. So it shouldn't be a reason why, if you're experiencing a migraine or after you experience one, you can't document that in. Get it in. It's building medical evidence. Because in lieu of this, in order to get anything higher than 30% solid, you're going to need to show the VA a frequency, a pattern. Okay, he's getting it 2-3 times a week. Okay, are they prostrating? Are they just pulsating? You know, the prostrating word matters to the VA because it's the difference between getting 50% or not. And lastly, you want to make sure you put all the symptoms that you're experiencing from the CFR 38, put it at the top of your personal statements. Best thing I've ever done. I started doing that with the last few of my claims, and I've had nothing but success. So, I implore y'all, start doing this. And now let's get into how I got Service Connect. So, when I got out, I put in my claims. I put in a couple things, then I only got 10%. I'm like, okay, after BA, I'm out here. Cool. 2-3 days later, I had a buddy. He started, blah, 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 talking my ear off. I was like, okay, let me look more into this VA claims process. I started doing a lot of research, a lot of reading into the CFR 38, the M21-1 manual, as well as, talking with veterans, reviewing BVA cases, claims they've adjudicated for previously denied claims. And then that's how I've finalized the process in which I've been most successful with all my claims. So the first thing will be, hey, if I'm seeking a direct service, I have to look for at least one complaint in service. Cool. How's it affecting my day? Do I have a current diagnosis? Complaints. Print all that up. Print it out, start packaging it. When I start developing my personal statement, I put all the symptoms from the CFR 38 that I'm experiencing, as well as additional ones that are not listed. But I put that at the top of my personal statement. So that's the first thing they're going to see. Any rater or the examiner, they're going to see, I'm okay, prostrating, 4 or 5 times a week, taking them out of work. If it's taking you out of work, supply your leave, your PTO, and your leave requests. Print that off. Hey, these are all the days that I've missed, as well as, pretty much how much money I've been losing as well, dealing with this disability. And then, started off like, hey, vet X, blah, blah, blah. This I've been dealing with X disability on a daily basis, and here's my battle. As well as I'm going to get my wife to write me a statement, my coworker, my supervisor, because if I'm taking off from work, I have my, my PTO, my leave letters. Getting my supervisor to endorse me as well is gonna be like, okay, that's a solid 50 right there. You know what I mean? Come on, 50, 2023 year the bets. I got 50% 2 years ago. However, nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed is less and less information is getting to the vet. So that's why I'm here, trying to give y'all some information, give y'all the tools y'all need to get the percentage that y'all deserve, and get y'all that much closer to 100% this year. And out of all that, I supplied sufficient medical evidence. I waited for my CMP exam. I went in. When I went into the exam, I took everything with me. Yes, I did. Even though I submitted everything digital, I still took everything with me because my first experience with VA and all the examinations, whenever I will go into an examination, is, we haven't reviewed it yet, or we don't have access to your profile. Bringing in the DBQ as well as everything you submitted for that claim takes that excuse off of the table. It's like, hey, I got the DBQ in hand. We're going to go question by question, line by line. We're going to start answering, I want to make sure that the right questions are being asked to me and that I'm answering them correctly as well. And if there's any issues at the end, I'll flat out look them in the eye and be like, hey, do you plan on service connecting me or increasing me for this claim? They say yes. Okay, cool. At which percentage? They say, 20, 30. Oh, okay, well, I've given you everything for 50%. What don't you understand? You know what I mean? Or, what isn't? Let's collaborate a little bit more so we can understand, so we can both leave this examination at a better stance. You know what I mean? So, hey, if you like this type of content, share with your buckos. Share with your fellow vets. Get them up. Each one teach one. If we ain't helping ourselves, we ain't helping fellow vets, what are we doing out here? And this is D-Bo out.